Who's ready for one last episode? Yeah, I know, you're still complaining. You don't want this, you want to see the big fight. I get it. But before we can get to the Hades Cup and end things there, we got one last episode that because this, in turn, is also part of the whole, what's the word I'm looking for? Journal experience. For playing Kingdom Hearts 2 Final Mix. Speaking of which, greetings ladies and gentlemen, Smash4 here and welcome back to... Oh, yeah, I just said it, I'm not gonna say it again. As last time, we completed our puzzle and treasure collection in the journals by going to every single world and collecting everything that we had not collected before or could not collect before. I obviously cannot talk right now. But yeah, basically complete the rest of the collecting. Not collection guide, mind you, because it's just literally filler, just grabbing every little piece that I had left, showing it off to you guys in case you're following along, and then so far and so forth until the episode is done. So yeah, if you're at all curious, go check out that video in the description playlist down below. Personally, that'd probably only be good for the puzzles, which I failed at miserably. It took I think it took longer to actually do puzzles. Like to sort out the puzzle than to actually grab the pieces. Or, well, no, not necessarily. Like for you guys in the footage, you'll know what I mean when you see it. But anyway, today, we have one last thing we're doing before we get on to our big fighting segment. Whoop, 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 whoop. So, who's ready for some synthesizing? I know I am. I'm actually kind of personally excited for this episode. Granted, I'm not much of the whole grind items to make the game kind of person, but I do like the idea of it in this game, synthesizing, because there are a lot of items in this game, a lot of useful items, and I highly recommend using this as your synthesis guide, because I'll be grabbing everything, or at the very least showing off everything that you can make. That being said, if you're going for full completion, oh boy, you've got a lot to do. Let's go over to the journal and show you guys what we have in store for us. So I've obtained all 16 materials. You guys have seen that. You also have to complete all the collection lists, which basically requires you to collect 30, 25, and then 20 of certain items. Different, shards, gems, the works, which I've also done. And then, of course, we have to synthesize every possible recipe. This includes the basic recipe, as well as the higher form recipe, and we'll get into that in a second. But yeah, if you're doing this in Proud mode, you're gonna want to get all this stuff done, and that's gonna take a lot of grinding, well, sorry I have to do this real quick, but I'm gonna head on back to the save point at Merlin's place, and just show you how long it took me between the data sessions and now to actually get all the materials, because I was grabbing the materials during the data stuff. When I felt like I was very prepared. So yeah, we're at 64 hours and 14 minutes. Doesn't sound like much? Well, by RPG standards, no, but look at this. I spent roughly 5 to 6 hours just to grab materials for this one episode, so we can roughly craft everything. And for you guys, it may take longer because some of these items are very, very rare and very, very difficult to come by when you're, facing Heartless. So you may get lucky and get what you want, otherwise, maybe not. So yeah, my recommendation is try and do the synthesis stuff as you go on. And that's for one reason. The other reason is because, again, there are stuff you can grab the synthesis. In addition to the original elixirs, drive recoveries, etc., etc., you can also get yourself some very good items. I'll be showing you each one of them, so let's go over to synthesize. And we've got a lot to get through. Hand over all our synthesis materials in stock. Now I want you guys to pay very close attention to the SABC rows, once I have all this filled out. See, so Blazing Shard now becomes available. Oh yeah, and if you collect all these collection list stuff, you'll basically be able to buy the material in the shop. So it's worth it, but at the same time, not really. So Blazing Stone, Blazing Gem, Frost Shard, Frost Stone, Frost Gem. I'm just gonna skip past all these. You guys don't need to see any of these. basically you'll get a rough idea. But yeah, look at the totals. Look how much everything just went up. Look at that. We are packed to the brim with items. Oh, man. And now, it's time to create. So first things first, let's head over to our recipes. And man, I'm glad about this, because beforehand, I had two of these slots, I had the defense boost and the drawing slots open, and I could not do anything about them. Now, because that's another thing I was doing in preparation for this episode. I was making sure I had all materials to go through every single item, including every one of its higher forms, and have just enough materials to, you know, complete the whole thing. However, I had to make rough estimates for the defense boost and the drawing, because I did not have the recipes yet. So now we can actually do the stuff. Alright, so defense boost, we get all this stuff, and I'm not going to try and explain everything. I'll briefly explain their, you know, summaries, items, and stuff like that, but I'm not going to explain every little quantity item that you need, because, quite frankly, that would just drain me, and I still have more I want to record today. So basically, we go with the defense boost. If you have energy crystals, I recommend using them here. Yeah, especially right now. There's still a defense boost. We have a moon amulet here. There's still that thingy. The draw ring. Energy crystal. Nice. Full bloom. Full bloom is one I recommend a lot, actually. I recommend you have this item at all times, because it drastically increases your strength and your AP, which would be very helpful with data rematches. Oh, speaking of which, I almost forgot, I was actually looking at the descriptions things. Whoopsies! Centurion, strength and great magic, basically a somewhat better regular staff if you don't have to save the queen. Then we have the Frozen Pride, which I think is roughly the same thing. Or, yeah, shield with the greatest defense. I highly doubt that. Yeah, so that's all the recipes. Next up is free development. Now this is a very particular. Some of these things don't become available until after you've actually gotten to a certain level. Like these two things right here. We're not going to be able to get those until we get to a higher level, you know, later in this episode. But what we can get is Mithril Shard. In case you aren't aware, Mithril stuff is some of the rarest stuff to get in the game, hence the name. The only way you can get these outside of treasure chests, and I guess certain rewards for certain other objectives, is through the synthesis machine, so be ready to grind for these stuff in particular if you haven't already. Yeah, there's a Mithril Shard, that's cool. We got the bangles, each one requiring they require 5 Mithril Shards as well as a stone and shard of the certain element, so in this case Blazing Stone and Blazing Shard. Then we get ourselves a Rocket Bangle, and they're basically all the same, just for different elements. Blizzagas for bird resistance, Thundagas for thunder, you get the idea. And I aim this for dark damage, actually, which I still have no idea would be classified as dark damage, just like getting hit by Heartless. I honestly have no clue, I'm stumped at that. Power Band, I think it's actually one of another item I recommend. Yeah, oh yeah, definitely, extremely increases defense. A good thing to have against the data rematches if you're not willing to, you know, grab the defense boosts from the side spice. Which, again, I still recommend doing. It's the easier of the options. Plus, he's not that much of a threat, being honest. Gargoyle, increases strength and extremely increases maximum AP. Okay, now I'm curious which one's better, that or the Full Bloom? Mithril Ring, extremely increases maximum AP and magic. Soldier Earring, I think is roughly the same thing. AP and strength, yep. Or wait, what? Okay, I'm not sure what happened. Expert's Ring. Yep, and that's all but 2 of the free developments. Now, before we go on, I am actually kind of curious now. What is, of all that we have right now, what is better in terms of armor? Let's see. Oh yeah, there's a grammar, but I forgot all about that. Let's see here. Power Band increases it by 4. Wait, whoops, that's the wrong thing. Let's try it again. Full Bloom increases strength by 3 and AP by 5. What was it? The Garnet Ring. increases strength and extremely... Oh, okay, so it's definitely worse. Definitely worse. Soldier Earring, highly increases maximum AP and strength. Is it just me or these things look the exact same, albeit with a different bottom? Now that's kinda cheap, people. Come on. So yeah, definitely full bloom. Or actually not even full bloom, but it's a much better cousin, who we'll grab in a second here. But alright, so we've grabbed all our items right now. Oh yeah, also, if you do manage to make synthesis materials in here, specifically the mithril stuff, you have to actually exit and then come back to actually throw it in. You can't, it doesn't get thrown in automatically, unfortunately. It's a bit annoying, but not much else to do. Alright, and now we have all this stuff. Some of these things you may have already seen me synthesize before, but others of these may be a complete surprise to you. So the Mega Potion, this one actually kind of wears me out a bit. Give this Serenity Stone, it becomes a Mega Ether. Later sources the party's HP, or MP, source charge gauge during MP charge, and equipable item. That doesn't seem like much of an... Actually, that seems more like a downgrade of anything else, because a Mega Potion freaking heals you! It heals you! Whereas a Mega Ether is only good for your MP, which I guess, granted, is good if you're using Kuraga, but still, that's kinda lame. Then we have the Elixir. Shouldn't surprise you that we get a Mega Elixir from this, which heals the party's entire HP and MP. Very good if you're, doing this much earlier in the game. Say against the, against Zoltan or something? I don't know. They're definitely not good if you're going against the data rematches, as you guys would have seen if you watched every single individual episode. Also, still sorry that I'm not sorry. Okay, now these ones kind of weird, are also kind of strange. For an AP boost, you get this stuff, cool. Now, if you get a Serenity Crystal, it becomes a magic boost. Okay. And the same thing applies for the defense boost. Give it a Serenity Crystal and get yourself a power boost. Now, whether or not it's better to get a power boost through Synthesis versus against Xemnas, I'll let you guys decide. Actually, it probably is better through, yeah, I'll let you guys decide, because on one hand, it's just a matter of grabbing all the materials, which is not too difficult. But on the other hand, with Xemnas, even if you're going to be using high potions of the sort, you'll probably have a lot of money by this point and be able to make it anyway. So yeah, I guess it depends on what you've done in your game. Alright. Mithril Shard. Again, probably doesn't surprise you. Actually, I'm not even going to worry about the energy shard for this one. I'm not going to waste it. I'm going to save it for other things. But here's also Mithril Stone. Oh yeah, and it doesn't go you don't go going higher. If it requires a Serenity Shard to actually make it, it's not going to go any further. It only has one evolved form. Then of course you got the trinkets. And you probably expect I can figure out what happens. Yeah, Faragun Bangle! I did not think that Faragun was actually a thing, but okay. I guess it wasn't unique to the Fire and Blizzard Lord. It's weird, I'll grant that much. The Blizzagon thingy, we love them, make new items for free development. Okay, let's go. Okay, so let's put that on back now. Okay, so at level 8 now you can make the Mithril Gems, which you do need for other things. I didn't think we'd get that far already. I thought we'd have to wait a little bit, but okay. And then we get ourselves a Serenity Crystal. Nice. And now, Mithril Gem with one Energy Stone and a Serenity Stone. Actually, I'm going to use the Energy Stone. Mithril Crystal! A mysterious crystal made from mithril, or a very rare ingredient of item synthesis. Yep, and Serenity Crystal, you have no idea how happy I was when I found out what this thing was. It's a Manifest Illusion! Yeah, you actually get a Manifest Illusion by making a higher version of the... Oh my, I've already forgotten the name. The Serenity Crystal. And considering what it takes to get a Manifest Illusion, yeah, I'd say that's definitely a improvement. GG, my friends, GG, thank you. Because you also do need those for a few other synthesis items. Okay, let's go back to where we were before. Thundaga Trinket, we're gonna go to Energy, so Entity, make that. I can't remember what this one's actually called. Oh yeah, the Chaos Anklet, of course. For our Chrysius, we get ourselves a Chrysius Plus. Now, okay, these names actually do kind of annoy me a bit. I mean, I get it, but at the same time, I don't. I don't like the whole something plus. It kind of reminds me of Lightning Returns, Final Fantasy 13. And as great of a game as that is, the plus versions of items kind of bugged me as well. Just, ugh. But here we go. We get ourselves the Buster Band. Has extremely high defense. To give you guys a rough estimate, let's go to our equipment. Where is it? It is one of these things, right? Ah, here we go. Increase your defense by 5! To put that in perspective, consider where we are right now in terms of our defense. We are at roughly 87, we would be at 70 without any of these equipped. Now, besides the Cosmic Belt, you get rid of every one of these things. That's like, let's see, 5... That is 21 defense to your character, so we would be at 91 defense, and God, that could be a godsend. So I'm going to equip that right away, and if we have enough materials later, I'm going to be making 2 more of these things, without question. Because you'll need those for later, I can guarantee it. Also hand over to these materials. Oh yeah, and let's make sure it's no more free development, no more recipes. Now it's just on to creations. So let's head on all the way down here. Shock Charm Plus. Okay. Garnet Ring becomes a Diamond Ring, much cooler. Increases strength and drastically increases maximum AP. Still not better than Full Bloom in my opinion, I'm just saying. Mithril Stone becomes an Orichalcum, or blah. Jeez, I already mixed up the two. Mithril Ring becomes the Orichalcum Ring. Increases magic and drastically increases maximum AP. Cool, cool. Soldier Earring becomes a Fencer Earring. Still not gonna be unique from the next form, the Slayer Earring. Yeah, that still bugs me. Okay, Expert's Ring makes the Master's Ring. Extraordinarily increases maximum AP. Good if you need to equip certain things. Moon Amulet for a Star Charm. That's what I was actually trying to think of before when I was preparing for one of my theory match sessions. That's Star Charm. Strength and magic and drastically increases maximum AP. Actually, we'll get into that in a second. Let's go over to the stuff. The Draw Ring becomes a Lucky Ring. Brings luck to the wearer, increasing the drop rate of items. So that's probably something to actually have equipped to yourselves before actually attempting grinding. Because it might make things a little quicker. Wish I had known that! But I digress. It doesn't matter. Nothing would have changed. Shadow Archive becomes Shadow Archive Plus. I showed you guys how that is. Full Bloom, though, I have not shown that off. Drastically increases strength and maximum AP. Increases MP restoration speed by 25% after MP is fully consumed. And now I want to check this. What is better, the Star Charm or that? Full Bloom Plus is plus 5 AP plus 3 strength versus a Star Charm, which is... That is pathetic! I mean, granted it's balanced, but still, that is lame. Especially considering this thing also gives you a MP restoration speed by 25% after MP is fully consumed. Equip 4 of those and your thing gets doubled, and if you have the other abilities, it might as well be quadrupled or tripled, I don't know. Again, make sure to have that stuff. Well, I think I'll be making one other Full Bloom Plus as well as a Shadow Archive Plus. I think that's what I was aiming for earlier. But now, we're going back down here. Some of the stuff we can no longer make, although I don't think we need to anymore. Centurion becomes Centurion Plus, which becomes orange. Just why? Staff of Great Strength and Great Magic, blah blah blah. Has damage taken in critical situations. Very helpful. Not gonna be helpful enough, though. And of course, Save the Queen becomes Save the Queen Plus. Same thing as before, but restores MP relative to the amount of damage taken. So basically the MP Rage ability. Now of course we have Frozen Pride, which is the same thing. Shields great defense, increases MP restoration. Okay, that actually could be good. If Goofy actually had a healing spells! Those abilities should be switched, I'm just saying. Okay, now we get ourselves level 9. I think this is the last one. Make recipe materials cut by half. Items of creation can be synthesized using only half materials. Which we don't need to worry about anymore because we're already at the end. We can make a save of the king. Plus, I mean. And halves damage taken in critical situations, basically the same as Centurion Plus. And with that should be everything in our arsenal made. Huh. What are the odds? I didn't even have to remake any of the mythical gem stuff. That's actually kind of surprising. Maybe it's because I grabbed them all during the puzzle and treasure section, which is another reason to go for that stuff first, because that might save your life later. But yeah, now we should have this whole thing complete. And indeed we do. We get ourselves the Craftsman Trophy for completing the synthesis portion of the journal. Woo! Man. So then that means all that's left are the missions, the limits, and the character stuff. The missions we'll partially complete next time. Because if you guys may remember, all we need to do is win the Paradox battle with Hades with 15,000 or more score, as well as a hidden event at Disney Castle. Can't get that until later. And we have to complete all the worlds and defeat Xemnas. The Xemnas thing I will do off screen, because you know how I like to end things off with every series, at least with Kingdom Hearts. After that, though, or before that, we're heading on back to hell. I was about to say to the underworld, but I like saying hell more because it's accurate, and I can get away with saying it. So, next time on Kingdom Hearts 2 Final Mix, whether it be in 3 hours from now or the next day, we head over to the Olympus Coliseum to finally defeat Hades and his annoying as all hell 40+ round cup. Hope you guys are excited, because I surely am. But with all that said and done, guys, that's going to do it for this episode of Kingdom Hearts 2 Final Mix. If you guys have enjoyed so far, of course, as always, make sure to leave a like and comment down below. Share this video with friends, should you feel need to, and of course subscribe if you're new to the channel, and join the Dread Knights, Sora, Donald and Goofy, Ding, and everyone else in their quest to take on the Lord of the Underworld himself once again, he and his annoying heartless compatriots, and clear him so we can get ourselves a trophy, you know, for like a PS4 trophy, not an actual, well, I guess technically speaking, but more importantly, getting that final journal entry done so we can begin the second to last episode. But hey, until next time, this is my before signing out. Have a great rest of your day, take care, and let's order to enter you for our end card slate, and I'll catch you guys in the next session / episode.